Gravy NaCl matchup for the longest time was a very NaCl favorite matchup.
Until very recently.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where NaCl definitely has quite a bit of experience with the matchup overall, playing so many times with Gravy. Who before that was Renegade. Is he still Gravy now?
He's still Gravy Fingers.
I wasn't sure if he was doing this Diddy thing where he just changes name every couple of years. Like, you know what? I'm done being Puff Daddy. Let's change things up.
P. Diddy. That is Diddy. Excuse me.
Yeah, that is
Sorry.
Diddy. P. Diddy, Puffy, Diddy Dirty Money. That dude, talk about rebranding 24/7. I mean, that was the original Gravy Fingers. Let's be real. The OG GF.
So Gravy, just for comparison, plays very safe. Joshi, I think, is a little more aggressive, so that might come into play here with NaCl.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that's especially prevalent because that means that Joshi is going to push his natural character advantage against NaCl. And when I look at this matchup in particular, what Kirby does so very well is what Pikachu negates. See, position like this, every other character probably would have died. NaCl has to have that extra bit of salt in there with the down air to make sure he can clean his plate. Pikachu having such exceptional recovery means that NaCl's general offstage unrecoverable combos are going to be things that the character that he's comboing against can recover from. Exhibited again here. And meanwhile, on the other side, whenever it comes to Joshi, he's going to have no problem really pushing NaCl off of the side. So definitely a lot to think about.
NaCl guessing high, but Joshi just countering low, of course. It's so easy to recover with Pika.
It is. But here's what that matchup experience that NaCl has is giving him. Because he knows Pikachu can recover, he's really good at logically covering the best suite of options. So we're seeing him cover these platforms, trying to prevent Pika from having that height advantage to make it so that it's a little bit trickier for Joshi. So Joshi, as a result, probably is going to be trying to recover towards the ledge, and NaCl might be putting some extra pressure on the ledge as a result. So we're talking about these long-term game plans that potentially each of these players could be developing as this set progresses.
Right. And just to throw this out there, Joshi, again, seeded higher in this tournament than NaCl. He was the 6th seed, Joshi was the 4. Yet we see NaCl leading right now. So let's see if the seed reversal stays true for Joshi.
I know Joshi's Peruvian. I wonder if he's had a lot of FaceTime with somebody like Garrison, right? And how much learning from one of the greatest players, let alone Pikachu masters of the world, does for your gameplay. Ooh, I think that's what it does. Clean combo coming through from Joshi as he etches away that stock from NaCl and provides that stock lead. So this is where NaCl is going to need to find that composure of sorts. I know NaCl, he's one of those players who's so good at playing whenever he's ahead, but often one of his banes is whenever he's behind, right? It can be a little bit tricky for him to find those right options. It's a bit of that tilt factor. Let's see if he can shake things up.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is just the worst move in the game. I am convinced, man. It is just so bad.
Certainly the worst aerial, probably.
Yeah.
Ness is detailed, though. Pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty garbage, too. Let's be real. Great position for Joshi here. NaCl trying to turn the tables. And you see Joshi now recovering even higher instead of going for the ledge. NaCl, regardless, will be finding the F smash at center stage to close things out. So, intense game number 1.
There's a great follow through from NaCl there after that dare. Loved it.
It's good. I'm digging it. I love these close games, and especially in losers. We're talking about players who have their tournament lives on the line, essentially. So we're going to be seeing a lot of methodical play coming through as a whole. NaCl establishing that critical height advantage is exactly what Kirby needs in this matchup against Pika. You see they're both just kind of jousting, probing with these aerials. Joshi, man, he had some opportunities. I felt like he could have converted that opening for a little bit more, but was unable to find the follow-up, and so now has to basically fight for that ground again. Great. Loved mixing up the timing on that up air, just throwing NaCl off as he was trying to have that top platform coverage that he valued so early on in this game. And Joshi, as a result, will be walking away with the initial stock, but it's answered right back by NaCl.
Yeah, so, and NaCl is definitely trying to keep that top plat. He knows that Kirby is best on top plat as opposed to on the ground, which is where he is right now. I'm not sure why he's trying to go from there, but he keeps ceding stage control.
It's a bit tricky. Back air from Joshi, and that's going to be enough. Again, NaCl needing to play from behind. He did it once before. Now going to have to do it yet again. But of course, these are those positions where Kirby's can either pull so far ahead by shifting the tempo with a really early KO, or find themselves the victim of offstage presence from Pikachu. And with this current positioning, it's definitely favoring Joshi more so rather than NaCl. Oh,
could have gone for the Revan.
True. True. Did like the mix-up, though, with the final cutter. Not something Joshi was expecting. Forward throw won't be quite enough. Percent not quite high enough to find it. And NaCl with these higher recoveries, it's making it a bit tricky for Joshi to find that final aerial he needs to cement the stock. Nice up air. Sharking underneath the platform. Oh! That is one of the rare times where that get-up attack actually works brilliantly in Joshi's favor. And it's just those little mix-ups that are really going the distance.
Joshi's just waiting for NaCl on this side here, which is, I feel like, uncharacteristic so far of Joshi. He's been pretty aggressive.
I mean, he has the lead. He doesn't want to throw it away.
It's true.
Kirby's one of those characters where if you get a little bit cocky, Kirby is so good at punishing you for it. Oh, not
no.
falling for the final cutter shenanigans that time. Just a quick run-off nooch. I'm digging it. So tied up one apiece. Pretty interesting series so far.
Right. Is NaCl deciding whether or not to go Yoshi? That's a question.
He's not going Yoshi. He's not doing it.
He's working on the Yoshi. I don't think it's ready for top 8.
2 words. Lonk.
Lonk?
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
The new Lonk meta. You thought Gyaki was the best. It's actually NaCl.
I mean, I've seen them. I feel like my head-to-head record in the NaCl Lonk matchup is maybe I'll get 2 games every 100 that we play. This Link is just a monster sometimes in the Link v Link matchup, man. I don't know what to do.
All right, so again, NaCl taking top plat, trying to maintain stage control, but loses it. Here we go.
It is funny. This is our first game 3 where someone isn't on match point.
True.
And I think that if this series so far has been any indication of these players' skill levels respectively, dead even.
I think NaCl is relishing the chance to play somebody equally matched to him.
Yeah.
Usually he has to, at this point, he has to play CTG. And those matches take forever.
Yeah. They both know each other really, really well. So
Yes.
they know the bag of tricks outright. So it's a lot of just I guess, it's a chess game more than anything else. And that's, of course, augmented by the characters that they play. Oof, great F smash. Joshi, such fantastic coverage. And again, one of the issues we talked about with NaCl, just shaking off those slumps in momentum and recapturing it.
Oh. NaCl had a chance there to dare and mistimed it.
Okay, back on top plat. But really, I think he's relinquishing it because of an earlier interaction where Joshi had mixed up the timing on his up air to catch NaCl on the landing. So what NaCl's trying to do instead is bait that out and find a counter aerial. So he's not hit by the up air and he's repositioning himself, but as a result, he's actually losing the game from a positioning standpoint overall. So Joshi, over time, is actually coming out ahead in terms of neutral exchanges.
Oh, if he had gone forward throw, wouldn't it have killed off the top?
Possibly. I think that there's a chance that it may have been a percent off, which which is why that NaCl decided
Sure.
to change things. I mean, he knows his percents much better than I do.
That's right.
So that's what
Me
I'm
too.
assuming. Back air.
A bit of a taunt there.
And it's very clear that NaCl, despite having a solid game number 1, just has not had an answer for Joshi thus far. He's trying to make the big reads, right? He's trying to think 2 moves ahead, but so far Joshi has just been saying, you know, I'm just going to keep mixing it up on you.
Well, killed off the top that time. 133.
Starting up the trap of up airs. Joshi will be able to recover.
Yes.
Oh,
Fast stock there for NaCl.
yeah.
See if you can follow it up with a third.
This is how it starts. Solid down air. Where's the coverage going to be? Great recovery from Joshi. That angle was perfect.
Not much you can do there, NaCl. Pika's recovery.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to respect it. Try to predict maybe where they land. But it's also a bit of a tricky position because if they cancel their landing and you end up committing to an aerial, they can very quickly punish you too. Yeah, that's textbook. Clean. Very clean.
All right, so now NaCl's going to the reserves. What is he going to do? I think he's going to get some advice from Zero here. How do you feel about coaching?
I think I'm fine with it, honestly. I quit Smash to boxing more than anything else. So I feel like that's something that has coaches as well. But the difference is that everybody in boxing has a coach, and not everybody in Smash has a coach,
It's
right?
a little bit unfair. If you're Peruvian, perhaps you don't have a lot of Peruvian friends coming to Hitstun.
Yeah, that's true. You do have the Spirit Bomb, though, of an entire country, which is pretty good.
He is getting some coaching from Bard. We don't see it on camera there, but Bard is getting coaching. Sorry, Bard is giving coaching to Joshi. Bard is a Kirby main, so
It's a
could
great
definitely.
name.
Bard. He named himself after Shakespeare.
Yeah.
The Bard.
I feel like he named himself after a Dungeons & Dragons character, but that's just because I'm a fantasy nerd more than a literature nerd.
Sure. And he's a literature nerd. I think he's doing his master's in education. Undergrad in English.
A2. Game number 4. Set point in favor of Joshi. And let's not forget that if he takes this, not only does he advance over NaCl, but NaCl actually sent home. Both players receiving a couple of helpful hints from their respective coaches as they prepare to joust again. Oh, interesting. So NaCl seems to be making this a bit more grounded, right?
Right. Seeing those plats. A tough spot to be in.
Oh!
Takes advantage, though.
Sneaky, I like it. And they're calling out the angle very well. Third time's the charm, and NaCl, with some tricky place down airs, will actually be taking the initial stock.
Oh.
There's Joshi. Man, if there's anything I can say about Joshi, is just his level of consistency. I feel like he's so good at keeping that level head and placing those aerials exactly where he needs to. And not only that, finding those recoveries where he needs to as well. He's somebody who gets knocked down, but seems like he always gets up.
Except for that first stock.
Yeah, there's no getting up for that first stock. But he tried at least, right? He actually tried his best. Again, NaCl. Well placed with the down airs and just limiting those options of recovery, those angles. Joshi's going to have to try to find some new avenues rather than going for those out-in diagonals. I didn't even notice NaCl actually losing his jump there, actually. Ooh, nice up tilt.
Oh, going for the jab grab. Didn't get it.
Now we're seeing a bit more of that top platform play that was indicative of the earlier games in this series.
I think NaCl's starting to feel his tournament life on the line. He's playing a little more conservative. So is Joshi, interestingly.
Neutral air. Interesting. Ooh. I was really hoping he could clip with that back air. And instead it's going to be Joshi pressing the advantage. So I feel like if he maybe recovered slightly different, he could have hopped onto the ledge and then found an extra aerial. But perhaps now he's a little bit worried of that surprise down air coming through from NaCl. Oh, again, Joshi has such good coverage, just a good understanding of NaCl's landing options on those platforms. And he's very good at not only timing, but also positioning the up air to equate.
So NaCl with the lead, hoping for Game 5 right now. Let's see if he can make it through Game 4.
Off to a good start. This is Joshi in the corner. Neutral air will be turning the tables.
No dare this time.
That little runoff that he did, I don't think we've seen that from NaCl actually all game long. So a really good little mix-up to temporarily have the advantage in neutral, but Joshi still a dominating position and a great grab. NaCl, I don't know if he wanted to F-smash in that direction.
I think he was expecting a get-up roll to the left.
That's a good point. Either way, that hurts when you commit to an option like that and you feel like you got punished for it. Definitely a big chink as far as that momentum, and NaCl starting to feel that pressure. Offstage needs to make this recovery, and it's not going to happen. A great finish from Joshi as he keeps the hopes of Peru alive and advances in the loser's bracket.
So Joshi kind of earning that seed back, winning over NaCl. Definitely good performance from Joshi. Looking forward to seeing him play, looks like, Cobra, if Cobra loses to Boom. But
You don't believe?
Cobra can do it.
I mean, it's Samus v Falcon against, arguably the best Falcon in the world.